You think you know Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos? Think again. Behind their picture-perfect smiles lies a story filled with shocking secrets, emotional confessions, and moments that even their closest friends didn't see coming. Stay tuned till the end, because what happens behind closed doors will truly blow your mind. In Hollywood, there are very few couples who have managed to capture hearts quite like Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. To the public, they are the ultimate example of love, laughter, and loyalty. Two stars who found each other early and stayed strong through the chaos of fame. But, as always, appearances can be deceiving. And when you start peeling back the layers of their seemingly perfect life, the truth becomes far more complex. And yes, even shocking. Let's rewind the story to where it all began. 1995, the set of All My Children. Kelly was already a fan favorite, and Mark had just joined the cast. No one could have predicted that a simple screen test would lead to one of the longest-lasting relationships in showbiz. But according to insiders, sparks flew the moment Kelly laid eyes on him. Kelly herself once joked that she knew she was going to marry him before she even said hello. And within a year they secretly eloped in Las Vegas. But here's where the first twist comes in. Their wedding wasn't the fairy tale everyone thinks it was. They had no guests, no fancy dress, and not even rings at the time. Kelly admitted years later that she didn't tell anyone, not even her parents, until after they had tied the knot. It was spontaneous, romantic, but also, according to Kelly, a little chaotic. She said they barely had enough money to buy food that night. Imagine, one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples started their journey sharing fries at a diner after getting married. Over the years, Kelly and Mark built an empire, 3 kids, beautiful homes, and a career that many dream of. But as their fame grew, so did the pressure. Kelly once confessed in an emotional interview that fame tested their relationship in ways she could never have imagined. There were times, she said, when they barely saw each other for weeks. Mark's acting gigs and Kelly's intense TV schedule often kept them apart. Fans saw smiles on screen, but behind the scenes there were tears, exhaustion, and quiet doubts. Mark later revealed that during one particularly stressful period, they nearly reached a breaking point. "It's hard," he said. "You can love someone deeply but still struggle to keep things together." According to a close friend, there was even a brief time when they considered a separation. Not because of lack of love, but because they felt they had become roommates, not partners. But here's the twist that no one saw coming. Instead of breaking apart, they used that moment as a turning point. Kelly has said that their relationship became stronger when they stopped trying to be perfect. She once told a friend, "Perfection is boring. Real love is messy." And that's exactly what defines their marriage today. Raw honesty and emotional resilience. In one particularly candid confession, Kelly admitted that she sometimes struggles with Mark's strong personality. "He's passionate, fiery, and sometimes that means we clash," she laughed. "We're both very opinionated, so when we argue, it's not quiet." But what makes them different from many Hollywood couples is that they don't hide it. On their show Live with Kelly and Mark, they openly bicker, tease, and challenge each other, but always end with laughter. It's a dynamic that fans adore because it's real. Yet, there's another layer most people don't know. According to close insiders, their strong chemistry sometimes leads to intense moments, both loving and dramatic. "They're like fire and gasoline," one friend said. "They can light up a room or burn it down, but either way it's passionate." And speaking of passion, Kelly once dropped a jaw-dropping revelation on air. During a casual conversation, she said, "We've been married for over 2 decades, but sometimes I still get butterflies when he walks in the room." That confession had fans swooning, but what came next raised eyebrows. She admitted that even after all these years, they still keep some secrets from each other. "Not everything needs to be shared," she teased. "A little mystery keeps things alive." But mystery isn't always fun. And that brings us to one of the most emotional moments in their private life. When Mark's father passed away, Kelly revealed that it deeply affected him in ways she hadn't anticipated. "He shut down," she said quietly. "He didn't want to talk about it, didn't want to cry. He just worked harder." Kelly described how for months, she felt like she was living with a stranger. But instead of pushing him, she waited, and eventually he opened up. In one tearful moment, Kelly recalled sitting with Mark late at night when he finally broke down. "He said he was afraid to feel it because he didn't want to fall apart," she said. "That night changed everything for us. I realized that sometimes, love means giving someone the space to be broken. That vulnerability brought them even closer. But fame wasn't done testing them yet. When their children started growing up, both Kelly and Mark admitted they struggled with empty nest feelings. Their daughter Lola leaving for college was especially hard. Kelly shared that she cried for days, saying, "It felt like my heart was walking out the door." Mark, on the other hand, tried to stay strong, but eventually confessed that he would check her social media, just to feel connected. Then came another surprising twist. Lola wasn't shy about calling her parents out. She once went viral for teasing Kelly about oversharing on social media. Fans loved it, but Kelly later admitted it caused some tension. "Our kids remind us that even though we're public figures, we're still parents," she said. "And sometimes we overshare." But perhaps the biggest shock came when rumors started swirling that Kelly might be considering retirement from live. Fans panicked, thinking it meant she was stepping away from the spotlight for good. However, according to insiders, the truth wasn't about career fatigue. It was about family. Kelly had been quietly debating whether to spend more time focusing on her marriage and her kids. "She's been doing morning television for over 2 decades, said one source. "She wants to breathe, to live without cameras for a while." Mark, on the other hand, was supportive but also honest. He admitted that working together on live had its challenges. "We argue about scripts, timing, even what to eat for lunch," he said with a laugh. "But at the end of the day, it's an adventure we're taking together." However, not everyone around them was comfortable with their on-screen chemistry. Some producers reportedly worried that their too real arguments might turn viewers off. But ironically, that raw honesty made the audience love them even more. Viewers began saying, "They're just like us, only funnier." Behind the humor, though, are moments few people see. Kelly once described herself as a control freak, while Mark is more spontaneous. That difference often leads to clashes, especially when it comes to parenting. Kelly admitted that she's the disciplinarian, while Mark tends to be more lenient. But instead of fighting about it, they've learned to find balance. "Sometimes I'm right," Kelly said, "and sometimes he is. But either way, our kids know they're loved." Still, life hasn't been without its dark days. During one of Kelly's emotional interviews, she revealed a health scare that left both her and Mark shaken. She didn't go into detail but said it made them rethink everything. Sources later hinted that it involved a close call that reminded them how fragile life really is. Kelly said, "You wake up one day and realize nothing is guaranteed. Suddenly, little arguments don't matter anymore. And yet, through all the storms, career highs and lows, family changes, emotional struggles, they remain each other's anchor." Kelly once said, "We may not be perfect, but we're perfect for each other." Fans have often asked how they've managed to keep the spark alive for nearly 3 decades. Kelly's answer was unexpected. She said, "We never stopped dating. Even after all these years, they plan little surprises for each other. Handwritten notes, secret getaways, or even silly pranks." Mark once shared that Kelly leaves funny notes in his luggage whenever he travels for work, and he still keeps them. Then came another twist, something that made fans gasp with admiration. During a live show, Kelly surprised Mark with a heartfelt tribute for their wedding anniversary. She played a montage of their life together, from their early All My Children days to raising their kids and hosting Live Side by Side. As the video ended, Kelly turned to him and said, "If I had to do it all over again, I'd still choose you every single time." Mark's eyes filled with tears, and so did everyone else's. But the story doesn't end there. Behind that romantic gesture lies the truth about why they're so open with their fans. Kelly has said that she wants people to know that even in love, there's work. She once remarked, "People look at us and think it's easy. It's not. It's daily effort, forgiveness, patience, and laughter." That honesty is what has kept fans loyal for decades. They don't pretend to be perfect. They're beautifully, authentically flawed. And in a world where so many Hollywood relationships crumble, theirs continues to stand strong. In fact, one of their closest friends recently said, "They fight hard, love harder, and laugh the hardest." Still, there's one last twist that few expected. Mark recently hinted at a new chapter. During a red carpet event, he was asked if they might ever write a book together. He smiled and said, "Maybe one day. But if we did, people wouldn't believe half of it." Kelly added playfully, "Oh, they'd believe it. They've seen us on live TV." As the laughter faded, she gave a small smile and said something that perfectly sums up their journey. We've lived a life full of surprises. But the best surprise of all is that after everything, we're still each other's favorite person. It's easy to think you know Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, the glamorous hosts, the loving parents, the couple who never ages. But what really defines them isn't what you see on screen. It's what happens when the cameras are off. The small moments of patience, forgiveness, and real love that keep them grounded. Because behind the glitz and gossip, their private life is a testament to what love truly looks like when it's tested and still stands tall. They've faced loss, distance, fame, fear. And somehow they always find their way back to each other. So yes, what happens in their private life will shock you. Not because it's scandalous, but because it's real. It's proof that even in a world obsessed with perfection, authenticity wins every time. So what do you think of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos' untold love story? Were you surprised by how raw and emotional their journey really is? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because more shocking celebrity stories are coming your way soon. Until next time, keep your heart open and your popcorn ready.